With Avengers Doomsday coming out next year, we have some brand new news regarding the Golden Boy, the man with the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. And we're going to go over it today and how this event in Avengers Doomsday might blow up the movie theater. Let's get into it. So essentially, I compiled all of the news that James Mackle has said today and yesterday. And he pretty much went on to go as this. Bob cannot use his powers without the Void taking control of his body, leaving him more fearful and insecure as he is currently the strongest hero Avenger alive, and the Avengers need him for this new threat. Now, if we don't remember, they also mentioned that he hasn't had any kind of slip-ups in the 14 months that we've had since the Thunderbolts leading up into the post-credits scene. In Avengers Doomsday, Doom exploits his fragility and fear and creating chaos among heroes, pretending to help, manipulating them into fragile puppets before revealing himself as the true villain. So obviously, throughout the thing, Doom is going to be playing good guy, bad guy, going to be putting, things in people's heads and whatnot. I'm assuming he's going to make Mystique take over looking like Yelena and possibly using that to control Bob, which would be insane. Till obviously towards the end, where we find out that Doom is really who he is, and obviously he reveals himself as the true villain. From Previs, TechViz, and PostViz, I've seen involving the Sentry, it seems a heavy trigger in Bob will cause the monster side of the Void to take over. Not like in Thunderbolts, we're talking about the Creature Void. And if you guys don't know who the Creature Void is, it is this creature I'll put right up here. He's the one with like the tendrils and whatnot, and if done correctly, he could look really cool. I mean, even if you look in the Thunderbolts art book, they actually showed a photo of him, which is super cool. I'm not going to put it on the screen right now due to, I don't know if I can or not, but he looks exactly like the comic one. But that one we don't see as much. Usually it's just Bob and, his eyes change color and he ends up ripping you in half or just destroying you and whatnot. But there have been multiple times where he has come out, like where he rips off Dr. Doom's mask, where he's, fought over for Asgard. There's been plenty of times. But anyways, and the man in the wheelchair, Professor X, is going to have a mental battle and will attempt to end the Void once and for all, preventing Bob or the Void from killing all the heroes. So I'm assuming the Void's going to snap. He's going to start being out of control. Everybody's going to be going against him. And this is obviously before Doom ends up using all the Sentinels. But do you know how crazy that'd be to have another mental battle where Charles Xavier is going to lose again? Just like how he lost to Wanda, just like how he lost to Jean Grey, and just like how he loses every single time. Charles Xavier can't get a break, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Void ends up killing him in this film once again, but instead of doing it more of like a mental battle, almost like devouring him from the inside out and actually engulfing him or something along those lines would be insane. Could you imagine if he like blows him up? I don't know. All I know is this information sounds really cool. Once again, I'm putting this in the notes in, the library of scoops and whatnot. So take this as a grain of salt and make sure you guys check out my last video where I used ChatGPT to create an opening for Avengers Doomsday where Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter come across Loki and then Steve Rogers and Peggy Carter come across Dr. Doom. Let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you guys subscribe so you can stay around the clock as I do shorts daily. And I'm also on the Talk, the Gram, and everywhere else that you can find me. And as always, I'll catch y'all in the next one.